And poetry, just like music or movies, there's so many different genres. So I deal with young people all the time, and adults, that say, oh, I don't like poetry, poetry's shit, poetry's rubbish, poetry's boring. And yeah, I agree, most of the time, like I didn't like poetry for years and years, but that's because all we learned at school was boring and stuffy, and it wasn't my style. It's only one genre of poetry as well. It was very limited in its scope. Things are changing now a little bit. You've got people like Jackie Kay, who's a bit more modern. You've got people like Maya Angelou getting introduced into the curriculum. But certainly when I was at school, it was very limited. And imagine if that happened with music. Like, imagine if the only music you ever heard until you were like 25 was Beethoven, Mozart, Bach, and Tchaikovsky. You might be forgiven for thinking, oh, I don't like music. But it's just because you've never heard Metallica, you've never heard Public Enemy, you've never heard, Nina Simone, whatever it might be. There's so many different genres out there. If you don't like Fast and the Furious 7, you wouldn't say, oh, I hate movies. You'd feel like, I'm not going to go see Fast and the Furious 8, maybe, because there will be one of them. And I think it's strange that we do that with poetry. And I was talking to Neil earlier about how the reason I'm so passionate about doing this, and the reason I want to do so much stuff in schools and help try and build the community of spoken word, is because it's not niche. There's this really weird thing among poets as well, where we feel like poetry is something that hardly anyone's into, but it genuinely doesn't need to be that way. You might not like what I'm doing as well, especially those of you that have just been dragged along, and that's totally fine. I'm one artist in this huge spectrum of art, and if you do like my stuff, that's great, and if you don't, I'm sorry that you're going to have to listen to more of it. But go and check it more. Go on YouTube and things like that. There's this entire world of spoken word that I genuinely didn't know existed until I was 25, 26. Which is crazy. I came through a jazz artist called Tom Waits, like I said, who did a lot of spoken word. I didn't know it was called spoken word. I just was like, that's not a song, Tom, what are you up to? He did some stuff that didn't really have choruses, and it was amazing, and his descriptions were incredible. And so the first poem I ever wrote was a little bit more like that. So I'm going to do something a bit more personal, which is more like what I normally write in a minute. But before that, I'm going to do the first poem I ever wrote. Are you guys up for that? Yeah. But the first poem I wrote, in terms of spoken word, was inspired by Tom Waits. So I'm going to do a Tom Waits voice. If you don't know who Tom Waits is a very recognisable voice, so you'll hear. And yeah, you should check him out because he's an amazing writer and performer as well. Yeah, this is the first poem I ever wrote, so don't judge me. I would really like to have like a fedora for the lights to be lower. I wanted a smoke machine. You don't listen to any of my demands here. You have to understand, although I woke up in your bed, you don't quite meet my high demands, so I'll be cold tonight instead. And I know the efforts you put in, and yes, you're pretty and you're slim, and all those jokes you told were grim, and I do appreciate a butterfly with a little darkness on her wing. But I find every girl attractive in one way, two or three, and I don't wish to deceive you because I've enjoyed your company, but it's just not enough to keep me here or make you rise above the rest. You see, I know I don't deserve it, but I'm looking for the best. I'd like to thank you for all those drinks, and God knows I'm grateful for your flirtatious winks. You see, sometimes loneliness can fuck with my mind, and reassurance I'm not yet dead is all I really try to find. Your black satin dress blended into the dirty walls, and your deep sunken eyes bounce tragic tales throughout the halls. But you see, now it's in the past. Like the alcoholic's bottle, we were never gonna last. 'Cause I find every girl attractive in one way, two or three, and I don't wish to deceive you 'cause I've enjoyed your company, but it's just not enough to keep you here with your sweet head upon my chest. You see, I know I don't deserve it, but I'm looking for the best. I feel a bit confused today, as if my senses up and ran away, and the cold steel of the phone box is like a blanket in the night. But here I stand in worn out shoes with a dirty shirt, a faint hint of booze, and even the bums throw me daggers when I'm asking for a light. I don't even smoke, but that's hardly the point. I swear folks used to be kind around this joint.
but now I'm running out of coins, and no one's picking up. Could you have been the one? Could I have fucked it up? And could I really give a damn? It's like you've broken all my rules, and what am I to you anyway? So farewell, dirty phone box. We build these tired walls, and retreat to my favorite stool. Could the barmaid still be serving? Could I flirt with her in jest? It's amazing what you miss when you're looking for the best.